Today's AskReddit post. What's a food most people hate that you actually like? Oh boy, this is gonna be a good one. Let's get started. Broccoli, 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 broccoli. I like it with chicken. I like it by itself. I like it with carrots. I like it in my soup. Mixed in with eggs is nice too. Apparently not a lot of people like oatmeal raisin cookies. I love them. Ever tried oatmeal cranberry? Those are really good too. Oatmeal cranberry with white chocolate. I friggin' love cookies. Spinach is the poop. When I was younger I would take spinach salads to school. Everyone thought I was crazy when I popped out my Tupperware with only the dark leaves and douse it in ranch and go to town. Anytime I tell people now they use the vegetarians eat grass joke. When I still loved this poop when I ate meat. Edit. Wow. You all feel strongly for your spinach. Also, raw is the way to go fam. Cooked is too slimy. Pan fried and smothered in garlic is the only exception. Also fixed typos. Edit 2. Yes, I do actually like spinach. No, it's not just ranch that I like. Any cream based dressing, lemon juice with salt and pepper, or specifically Olive Garden Italian absolutely slaps on spinach. Edit 3. Obligatory thank you for the silver. Stranger. Goat cheese. It's like someone beautifully melded sour cream and cream cheese together in the perfect combo of texture and flavor. Who hates goat cheese? Edit. Apparently everyone hates goat cheese. Crazy. Edit 2. I shouldn't have to say this, but comments calling all Americans ignorant or anything similar get you reported and blocked. Especially when you're misquoting my own laws at me. Don't be a twat. This thread made me realize that I'll eat ducking anything. Sprouts, one of my favorite sandwich additions, adds a great spice and crunch. Also, all the different varieties. But I find alfalfa my go-to. I like my sandwiches with alfalfa sprouts. Well, you're not in the ducking club. Brussels sprouts so good. Back when Brussels sprouts were America's #1 hated vegetable, almost everyone boiled them. Slimy, stinky skunk cabbages. Roasted sprouts are a completely different animal. People not liking vegetables is almost always because they're prepared wrong. Usually way overcooked. Grapefruit. Everybody seems to only be able to stand the flavor if they drown it out with a pile of sugar. But I just peel it and eat it like an orange. Maybe it's because I grew up with it, but I really don't get why people hate it so much. It's tradition in my family for a grandparent to give a baby their first bit of grapefruit. Usually we get a hilarious reaction, but not from my second son. He loved it. The one time I've had it, natto. I was out with a bunch of people from Japan, and they just all ordered stuff for the table. Things got passed around. I took a bit of everything, especially if I had no idea what it was. At some point, I asked what the bean dish was and if I could have some more. The table went silent and everyone looked at me like, what did I just hear the white guy say? Umeboshi is another one people were shocked that I enjoyed. Pickled fruit is not too hard to like. Mushrooms. Edit. While this blew up, I'm glad there's so many mushroom lovers like myself. Maybe it's a regional thing, but where I live and have lived, majority of people do not duck with mushrooms. I love mushrooms. Stuffed, fried, sauteed, on pizza. I dare say it's one of my favorite foods tbh. Beets. Especially on salads, bears, and Battlestar Galactica. Raw tomatoes. Very tasty and refreshing. Apparently people have very strong opinions about tomatoes. I could eat grape tomatoes all ducking day. I prefer grape tomatoes for any tomato purpose. They always taste way better. Halva. It was a childhood treat and never knew that it was fairly unique to Eastern European Middle Eastern families. It is so yummy, but none of my friends or husband and kids can stand it. I love halva. I'm not Middle Eastern but I love it. We're the opposite. I grew up with Middle Eastern cuisine but halva makes me gag. Give me nafe or baklava any day, though. Seaweed salad. Salad. I could eat seaweed salad all day. Plus you get plenty of iodine too. D. Asparagus. Sauteed with salt and pepper? Heaven. My absolute favorite way to eat asparagus is to toss it with a splash of balsamic, a splash of olive oil, salt and pepper, some lemon zest, and some freshly grated nutmeg, and then roast, or grill, if possible. Sometimes my dad throws a little freshly grated parm on top, too. So ridiculously good. I could eat a whole plate of just that. I don't know about most people, but most people I know hate taro, lychee, and anko, but I can't get enough. Never tried taro or anko, but lychees are ducking delicious. Who doesn't like them? People who think the apple plus strawberry plus peach flavor tastes like soup. Seaweed crisps. I love those. When I was a kid, my mom taught these Japanese ladies art out of our home. They would bring Japanese treats for me, including teriyaki nori. I loved it. I lived in a not very cosmopolitan area. These women were in our area only because their husbands worked for a Japanese company that had a factory nearby, and they would be posted in our city for a year at a time. I would bring it to school and the kids made fun of me for eating seaweed. Their loss. This was the 1980s. So before Japanese culture was in the American zeitgeist. My first grade boyfriend broke up with me because I ate seaweed. Now roasted seaweed snacks are popular. Still love it. Imagine breaking up with someone because of seaweed. What an utter Chad. I was once told cream cheese icing on a chocolate cake is gross. It's delicious. Cream cheese icing is awesome on anything. Prunes. I need to be stopped from eating as many prunes as I would like to. Life experience is just not a powerful enough teacher. I have a thing for plums. So, my first time grocery shopping as a bachelor, I see a 2-pound bag of dried plums. I ate the hell out of it. Oh boy, I knew about prunes. I just didn't know they were the same thing. I love jasmine rice and butter, but everyone around me thinks it's weird. Edit. Okay, I've learned that this isn't weird at all. I genuinely didn't know that. I've said this in a few comments, but I'll say it again so everyone can see it. But where I'm from, it's not a normal thing everyone eats. Like at all. I live in a majority black and West Indian country. We consume way more flour than rice, so it's just not a thing. Any type of rice with butter and salt is delicious. Damn, now I want some. OMG, rice with butter and salt is amazing. I always get judged so hard for it, though, or even for just putting salt on my rice in general. Marmite. No one seems to like it at all. Yes, can't stand it, but have an upvote for an actual mostly disliked entry. It. Seriously, this is the first response I've seen that actually answers the question. Pickles. Also dill pickle chips. People don't like pickles. Edit. It appears I am in the minority. Doesn't mean I'm wrong. Heretics don't like pickles. Eel. A lot of people find the idea of eating it gross for some reason. Though maybe that's just in the US. Unagi rolls are so good. Ah. Salmon skin roll. Marzipan. In the USA, most people think I'm a weirdo for loving the stuff. Apparently, if you weren't introduced as a child, it's not very good. Jokes on them. More marzipan for me. What? It's a Christmas staple in my household. Both my parents get me and my brother copious amounts of it because that's seemingly the only time it's available. But I am convinced people with German ancestry are genetically predisposed to be obsessed with almonds. LOL. Is that where I get my deep-seated obsession with amaretto from? LOL. Eggplants. Brussels sprouts. There's literally no reason for people to condemn them like they do. They're ducking delicious. Everyone I know that hates them grew up with their mom steaming them. That is the absolute worst way of cooking Brussels sprouts, and it's no wonder people hate them. Olives. For the longest time I thought I hated the taste of olives so much that my body had a physical reaction to it. but turns out I'm mildly allergic to them and it makes my throat tighten. A lot of people get grossed out by squid, calamari and octopus, but I love M. O. and snail escargot. Those are good but hard to find and a little expensive. I have a hard time reconciling how intelligent squid and octopus are. Eating them doesn't seem right to me. Edit. Yes, pigs are also smart, but we weren't discussing them, so I didn't think it necessary to bring them up. Black licorice. I had to scroll way too far for this one. I love black licorice, and was stunned to learn that almost everyone hates it. I've found my people, but I'm not sharing. Darn it. Blackberry jam. The more seeds the better, is best jam. No, I will not accept any criticism. Salt and vinegar chips. Pineapple pizza. I would rather have the other kinds, but if it's there, I would fancy a slice of pineapple pizza. I am the type where pizza is pizza, a man of basic needs, still cultural and sophisticated. Braunschweiger. It's like a liverwurst pork sausage, almost a pate. It's salty, slightly gritty, and doesn't really have an overbearing livery taste. Most people here hate it. Liking this as a kid definitely marked me as the odd one out. That and pickled herring. This is a proper unpopular entry. I'd eat pickled herring every day if I could. Sounds like there's Eastern Northern Euro heritage in this comment thread. Mustard. Fuck ketchup. And NBSP. I always say hot dogs are just vessels to get mustard and relish into my mouth. Hot dogs aren't even good. Mustard is delicious. I'll take that one step further and mention deli brown mustard. Once I tried it on a Costco hot dog. I never went back to using regular mustard on anything. I just eat lettuce. Like I'll get a head of lettuce and peel off leaves and eat them. Same. Sometimes I want lettuce on a sandwich, but I can't fit enough between the two pieces of bread. My solution is so put my sandwich in a bowl, then get an extra bowl for my lettuce. I'll take a bite of sandwich and then shove as much lettuce into my mouth as I can. I have never done this with another human present because I don't want to be judged while I'm enjoying my lettuce. There's a lot to unpack here, but weirdest part to me is that you put your sandwich in a bowl. Cilantro. I know some people say it tastes like soap, but I can eat it with anything. I feel so lucky not to have the soap gene. I love cilantro. It's so refreshing. And banh mi won't be the same without it. I have the gene. It's the worst. Even the smell makes me queasy. According to the internet, raisin is the devil's droppings. I like it. It does seem to me hat in raisin is an American thing. Americans don't like raisins. I'm American and me and everyone I know loves raisins. Also American. The people I know who hate raisins got disappointed with chocolate chipless cookies too many times in their childhoods. It's a trust thing. Spam. What does this taste like? I've always wanted to try it, but for some reason I can't bring myself to do it. Okay, seeing all of your comments below, I'm trying that poop. Face with tears of joy. It sounds good. It tastes like ham. Because that's what it is. Cottage cheese. I love cottage cheese, but I hate that everyone puts fruit on it. It's a savory food to me. Probably because my mom used it in lasagna back when it was hard to find ricotta in grocery stores. Red cabbage. My favorite food and all of my friends seem to hate it. Sardines without a doubt. Wonderful with cheese on toast. Almost any kind of canned seafood is great. Smoked oysters are one of my favorite foods. Cream cheese and jelly, with pepper jelly especially. Drool. Pineapple pizza does not deserve all the dissing it gets. I know for a fact some people haven't tried it but say they dislike it because it's trendy. Normal Hawaiian pizza is only so-so. Need to get a barbecue chicken pizza with pineapple on it. That poop smacks. Papaya. One of my favorite fruits. But I've heard that other people think it tastes similar to puke. I have never had papaya in North America that didn't taste like skin lotion. On the other hand, every papaya I've had in the tropics was sweet and wonderful. I suspect the local stuff was shipped underripe for travel. Black olives, especially good on pizzas or salads. Pizza with black olives and pepperoni is amazing. Liver. Chicken heart. Americans are weirded out by it, but in Brazil it's loved by most. LOL. Vienna sausages. I can duck up some Vienna sausages. Everyone makes fun of me for liking them. Bro, you actually watched the whole video. I'd give you a high five if I was a human. Make sure to click the like button and subscribe for more great content. See you next time.